Okay, I am going to record this because there's a lot of people that have been asking for it. And then, like I said, I'm going to do this again next week for anyone that can't be here right now. So, all right, selling in person and the process of, having people in front of you to maximize Beautycounter and really share like the mission of the brand, but focus on being successful and making money. I think that's something I have never shied away from. Of why I chose to work for this business is I am here to be profitable and to make money. And so maximizing an in-person event is so critical. Just that you guys would have an outline. And what you will learn with the selling process is that once you have your rhythms down, you do the exact same thing over and over and over again. Maybe your verbiage or the specifics of what you're selling will change based on your audience, but your rhythm of how you greet, how you engage, and how you maximize will be the same, which is the best part, is that you can master this. You can totally master the selling process. And the number one thing that I will tell you that you have to do and that you have to act with during an in-person event is have confidence. So I know that's a lot easier said than it is done, because it's an innate thing. It's a position of your energy. It's a position of your demeanor. It's your personality. But having confidence in doing something with people in person changes the entire experience for yourself and for those that are there. If you can act with confidence, even though you don't know all the ingredients, even though you don't know the products like the back of your hand, your confidence will sell the product, not your ability to spout out the 15 ingredients that are in the overnight peel. So confidence is just something I cannot stress enough. That is why people stop talking when I start talking at a pop-up, because they feel my energy and they feel the fact that I own the room. They feel the fact that, oh, she's getting started, because I speak with authority. I speak with the control of, this is my event, you're attending, and I want you to listen to what I have to say and what I have to share, because it matters and it means something. So the first thing I want you to just check yourself with is, do I have confidence in what I'm doing? Rate yourself right now, 1 to 10. Would you say that you have confidence in who Beautycounter is, why you're a part of the business, and what the heck you're doing here? So think about that for a second. Hi, Asia. I'm so happy you're here. I'm just going to be giving you guys the outline of what I do. And the first thing I said, Asia, is having confidence in what you're doing with Beautycounter and why you're participating in with this company. So that is an internal thing that only you can address, and only you can say, you're right, I don't have confidence. I feel scared out of my mind. And you know what? You can be scared out of your mind and confident at the same time. That is the cool thing. You can be totally freaking out. Whenever I do an in-person event, I am still totally nervous. But do I show that? No. I act like I own the room. I act like I know everything in the world and that I just am incredible, because my confidence breeds their confidence in why they're there. They're like, okay, well, she's got it. So I guess I'll lean in and listen to what she has to say. She seems like this stuff is really important, so it must be important. So your ability to just show up with full authority as to why you're there is, I would say, 90% of having a successful event. So you know what? It's not having all the answers. If someone says, okay, Nikki, can you tell me more about that eye cream? And you don't know, you want to know what you say? You know what? I'm going to look into that for you. Think that is a great question. I'm still actually learning a lot about the specifics of the product, but I have some great resources, and let me show you. Pop your phone open. The confidence of you going back and owning the fact that you don't know, that's attractive. People don't want BS. People don't want you to go, yeah, actually that's really creamy cream that's in that eye cream, and it's really hydrating for you. That's crap. Like, they know it. They will read through that in a second, but you knowing your resources and confidently saying, that's a great question. I'm still learning the specifics, so let's read and learn together. Pop your phone open, start scrolling the ingredients, read it in front of the group, share it with that one person that asked. Again, authority. You're fine that maybe you don't have all the answers, but you know where to find them. So the first thing to having a successful in-person event is getting people there, as we know. So an in-person event is a little bit different than like maybe a social media event or a Zoom event, which we do a ton of all of those. You want to send out your invitations to in-person 2 to 3 weeks in advance. You can make a little Canva invite, text that out. That's all I do. I do not do an evite. I do not do a subscribe here and get on my list. I just make a Canva graphic and I text it out. And I say, hey, Killer Ladies Night, hope you're there. Short and sweet. I don't give a big long saga. The one thing I always say is bring a friend. Bring a friend. Don't come alone. Like, that is one of my little taglines. Don't come alone. Bring a girlfriend. Come and have fun with a girlfriend. So that is really important. And then you always want to send a reminder text out either the day before or the day of. Always send that reminder. Hey, just so excited to see you tonight. Again, one-liner. Pumped to see you tonight. Can't wait to see you. You know, I've got your favorite bubbly on ice. Like, fun things like that. Again, attractive. Let's have fun. Come show up. Come as you are. I have people being like, oh, I feel like crap. I'm in my pajamas. I'll say, come in your pajamas. You think I care? You know, like, make it easy for people to just say yes and be there. Like, no judgment, just show up. So when people start showing up to your event, you want to greet them. You want them to feel welcomed and excited that they're there. So I always, like, I personally like to have like a champagne toast poured or a yummy tea, like hot water and yummy tea laid out. Like, what beverage do you want? Do you want something bubbly? Do you want a yummy mint tea? And just making people feel welcomed. At my event at the wine bar the other night, I told the host that. I said, hey, can you have champagne poured so that when people get here, you just pass it out and it's ready to go? He's like, heck yeah, love it. So those little things just make people feel like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm being cared for. This is a treat. Makes a big difference. Start on time. If you say you're going to start at 5 o'clock, don't start at 5:20. That is so disrespectful for the one person that's there on time. I don't care if there's one person. Start on time. Respect and honor that person that did show up, and start engaging them. That just shows the value that, like, you said the event was from 5 to 7, started at 5 and ended at 7. Do not pull things out and just like willy-nilly, like, oh, we're just going to wait around. No, start on time. So the next thing you're going to do is when people get there, you know, as you've started with the one person that's there, the 2 to 3 people that's there, give them your elevator pitch. And this is where, as I was sitting down to kind of recap my event, I was like, oh my gosh, I can type this out so fast because I say the exact same thing every time. Like, my pitch does not change. I'm going to read it to you and I'm going to put it in the chat here so that you guys can see exactly how simple it is, and that the fact that I truly do say the same thing. So my elevator pitch is, hey, I'm Lauren. Who here has heard of Beautycounter? I always start with a question because I want to know, like, what ground am I on? Do these chicks like already shop it because they're on social media and it's everywhere? Or are they brand new and they have no idea what clean means? So I always ask, and then I look around, you guys, and I make eye contact with everyone. And that might sound like silly and duh, but no, I sincerely like look in the eyes and I go, oh, have you heard of Beautycounter? Nikki, have you heard of Beautycounter? Asia, do you know what Beautycounter is? And like, I don't repeat the question over around, but I make sure I touch with each person so that I'm sincerely letting them know I see you and I sincerely want to know what your interest is with this brand. So I just go on and I say, We're a US-based company. We're out of LA, and we believe in eliminating over 1,800 toxins and chemicals that are sadly not currently regulated in the US. The last time there was a law passed regulating what goes into your deodorant, what goes into your body lotion, was passed in 1938. So for us at Beautycounter, as much as we are obsessed with clean, and when I tell you we're obsessed, it's crazy what the ends that we go to make sure our product are safe and clean for your body. We believe just as much that it should be as effective as it is clean. So we want you to have incredibly powerful and effective product. This is not some random brand hippy dippy, you know, and this is like where I bring my personality in and make it fun. Like, this is not some organic hippie brand that you're going to go dig the clay out of the stream down the river and slap it on your face. Like, no, we have high performing product that you are going to see as incredible a result as it is safe for your body and your hormone system. So the number one thing that I know and I believe you will see results with is starting with our skincare lines. That's it. That's my pitch. That's my spiel. That's the thing I say every time. So let me just pop that in the chat so you guys can have it and make it your own. Like, use that, edit it how it feels natural to you, but that's it. Because you know what? Once you've gotten through that pitch for your one girl that showed up on time, 2 or 3 people just showed up. More people just walked in the door. You know, they were late. The kid threw up on the way home. They're finally there. You know what you're going to do? You're going to get this first person started because you've already segued into what matters most, which is skincare. We are always focused on selling skincare and selling regimens because, like I said, what is going to get you the best results and the thing that you need to have in your life is an incredible regimen and an incredible skincare line. Let me show you what that is. So your first gal that was there on time, you've already turned her and started showing her a counter match and let her look at it. Now you're giving this 2-minute spiel to the 2 or 3 gals that just showed up, and you're turning and sharing the same little one-liner with them. Does that make sense? So the next thing about having people in person, and this is the game changer, is you're going to start asking them questions. So you don't want your spiel to be like 20 minutes long, because A, people just tune out, and B, it's about you. You're focused on telling them all about Beautycounter, blah, 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 blah. So they're going to hear a little bit, but also a little bit's going to go out the other ear. What you're doing now is transitioning the energy to be focused on them. And so asking specific questions. Okay, so Asia, what are you currently doing for your skincare? What type of skin do you have? What are you wanting to address with your skin? Are you wanting to focus on brightening and you have some dullness? Are you wanting to really focus on anti-aging and fine lines? So now the conversation is about pulling information out of the guests that you have in front of you and getting them invested into why they need Beautycounter. The next thing is bringing in the product. And once you've gotten that information from them of like, okay, she's super dry skin and she wants anti-aging. Well, duh, she needs counter time. Like, so easy. It's so easy to just immediately go, okay, let me show you why counter time is going to be the best for you. And this is where you start handing her product. So this is your control of the environment. Again, confidently owning what's happening is you literally start picking up bottles and handing it to Asia so that she's got the product in her hands, and she's starting to put the cleansing oil on the back of her hand and the toner on the back of her other hand. And she's like, oh my gosh, this stuff smells incredible. Well, again, because this is, yeah, you're good, Asia. This is my innate way to sell every single time. I just know what people say. Like, they, once they start smelling the essence on the back of their hand, people go, wow, this smells so good. Again, that's my next segue into what I do next for an event. So they're holding the product, they're smelling it, and they go, oh, this smells awesome. And I go, yeah, it smells pretty incredible, right? Everything you're smelling in our product is naturally derived. So for anyone, does anyone here have sensitivities? Oh, half the room's hands were like, oh, I'm allergic and I have this, that, and I have this sensitivity. You go, great. What you're going to love about our product is that there's no parabens, there's no phthalates, there's no irritants. What you're smelling there is the Swiss Alpine Rose. And again, your confidence in being able to speak to Swiss Alpine Rose is really attractive. That's what they're smelling in Countertime, so that they get to know that's not something that is some disgusting additive. Well, this is where I always like to transition into education. So we know that with Beautycounter, what sets us apart is really educating our customers, that they know how we're different. And in a world of every single brand right now trying to come out and say they're organic and say that they're clean and they're green, how the heck is Beautycounter different? And this is where I like to say, we have a heart and passion for educating. So right now, again, you smell how incredible Countertime is. That is not a fragrance. And what I want you to know about something that fragrance is it's a term in the beauty industry that companies can use and label one time on the back of their bottle. But what that means, if you see fragrance on the back of any of your products, it's a term that can hide over 3,000 chemicals. So they don't have to list out all 3,000 chemicals. They can just put fragrance. And what those chemicals are, they're the irritants that make you start having a headache. They're the irritants that disrupt your hormone system. They're the irritants and the chemicals that are linked to things that are scary, like cancer and infertility. That's how Beautycounter is different. We have eliminated all of that so that you can safely use our products and know that nothing in our products are going to negatively affect your body. The thing that's also incredibly cool is we go as far as having a panel of 7 scientists and doctors that vet every single ingredient in our product to ensure that it does what we say it's going to do, and that it also is safe for your body as a woman. So I bring in little nuggets in my spiel. Do I sit there and talk about the panel of 7 scientists for 20 minutes? No, I just bring it into my spiel, a little nugget here. You want to know what that does? It makes me sound really credible. And it makes me sound educated as far as I know what I'm talking about. I know that this product is going to be as effective and safe for you at the same time. And that is building so much value, you guys, for our customers. And it's in the back of their mind going, wow, this isn't just another random brand. This company means something. This is another time when I'll bring in, hi, baby girl. I'll bring in the fact that, again, how Beautycounter is different is we don't just say we're clean. We lobby Congress. We go to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress so that you can go into Target and that you can go into Safeway and buy a deodorant, and that the standard is as safe and clean with some random brand as it is with Beautycounter. Credibility, creating how we're different. This is you selling to them, holy cow, I need this product. This is different. So I'm going to pause there for a second. What's going on in your heads? What questions do you have? Or maybe something that you heard so far that's kind of like, oh, I didn't think of that.
I'll go. So I feel like in the past, when I've had in-person events, I like wait till everyone's there to do my elevator pitch. And like, it does wait until like 5:15, 5:20, and people are like kind of mixing and mingling, but it's weird because I'll start like touching and like talking about the products, but I'm like, oh, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't want to, like, it just feels weird. So I feel like now I love that it's like start those almost like smaller individual like pods of whoever's there and have it over and over. So you get people started. So not everyone just kind of like waiting around.
Yeah.
And then in the flow of it, I also feel like that would help because then it's not like you tell everybody the same thing at the same time. And now everyone's flooded to the table and you're like trying to help. You can kind of have a little bit more one-on-one conversations that way.
You're prioritizing you is what you're doing there, because now you're allowing people to kind of start shopping and thinking about things at different times so that you can individually sell to people versus talking in a big group. And then everyone's like, oh, I'm going to go look over here. Asia doesn't really know what my skin type is. She just wants to sell to me. No, it's like you're having an individual consultation with each person. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. I've done group things all the time where I do group pitches. Like if there's 5-6 people there, yeah, do a group thing. But this is just a way to kind of navigate if people are starting to flow in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's my thing tomorrow is more of a flow. So I feel like that's going to be helpful. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Nikki, anything come to your mind or questions you have?
Not yet. Like this is just really beneficial to me because I haven't done an in-person.
Yeah.
And I'm still building like my own, like just stock of product. So that's something that I have to think about too. Like when I'm doing in-persons, if I don't have like, maybe I only have counter time and I don't have counter match, like,
Totally.
being able to figure out how I'm going to incorporate being able to use if it's samples or whatever, if I don't have, bottles of it.
Yep. Not a problem.
Yeah.
I would say,
So I think this is just helpful.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I'm sure you guys have picked up by now, sell regimens, sell skincare, even in the holiday. And I'm going to kind of tell you how I add on holiday right now, but sell whatever the heck you have as far as skincare goes. If you just have 3 pieces of counter match, set that out as your regimen. That's fine. If you just have counter time, set counter time out. But emphasizing the benefit of using a full regimen. If I only have, like the other night, I didn't have half of counter match because I just used it all. It's my line. I was out of it. And so I really emphasized showing counter time, but I clearly communicated that counter match mirrors exactly what I'm talking through here with counter time. It just has different ingredients that are addressing different parts and needs of your skin. So as I talk through the benefits of using it and how you use counter time, you can be thinking about, oh, that's the same way I'm going to do my counter match regimen. Totally fine. So once you are talking through that with people, they know which line is theirs, they're feeling it, they're trying it on. That's the big thing. Get people to use it, you guys. Get counter match gel toner on a cotton ball, swiped over their face, like get them interacting with the products, because they will just fall in love. And so as they're doing that, I always did like, and how I personally sold almost $4,000 the other night was I sold everyone a regimen and then I started adding on. And this is where holiday comes in so incredibly strategically is I added on to every single sale, the brightening duo. So your peel and your vitamin C, because you cannot beat our 2 top treatment items. So I added those on. And then I said, well, who are we shopping for gifts? And do you love makeup? Let me show you some of our incredible makeup sets. This is why you're going to love this. And you start taking it out of the package and you start showing it to them. So adding on is how you take your $200 counter time sale into a $350, wow, I just got 30% off. I just got some of my Christmas shopping done. And now I'm feeling like I'm set with incredible product. So moving on to those treatment items of the peel and the vitamin C serum is you're just building amazing customers because they have effective stuff. So having that, again, if you're doing this in small groups, I start showing people stuff and then I say, touch and feel this. I'll be back in 10 minutes because at that point, people need a break from you. Like, whoa, Asia just made me try on everything. Now she's talking about this over here. Step away. People want space. People want to process at their own rate. And that's when it's really great to popcorn over to the next group. And that's, again, kind of why this flow works really well is now you can go move on to the next group of people and say, okay, let's start touching and feeling product. And again, starting with asking the questions. So you just do the same thing over again. Start with the next, what are you currently using? How do you describe your skin? What do you want to address? Getting product into their hands. And then the next layer to a successful selling process is, and this is what my personal approach is, I have printed out order forms. So I printed out the basic skincare order form, and then I printed out the holiday order form, and I grab packets of those and I walk them over to that first customer, because now it's been about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And I go back to her and I say, okay, Asia, you've been looking here. I wanted to give you these order forms so you can kind of get a view of all the stuff that we have and just start like jotting notes down or things that are interested, of interest to you. Take a look at that. Then I go to the next group and I say the same thing. Hey, here's some order forms, start looking, jotting notes down. Then I've got my 4 different groups kind of shopping and walking around and looking at everything. And I'm also hosting. I'm also grabbing the bottle of champagne and filling up people's glasses. Like those little things go a really long way, and it just makes it fun and feel like people are being taken care of. Like, okay, looks like you need a refill, girlfriend. I know it's mom's night out. Like, let me go get you another tea. Like, do you want any, sugar in it? Just caring for people and being really gracious. So the next thing, and this is the big, big clincher, you guys, is go back to your first customer and say, hey, let's start building your cart. And this is where I personally, and everyone kind of does it differently, is I do everything on my phone. So you know what? I'm walking up to Nikki, who was my second customer. As I'm walking up to her, I'm opening up my app. I'm clicking on the shopping thing. I'm going down to the drop-down menu. I'm adding customer, and I'm saying, hey, Nikki, I know you've been looking around. You kind of shared with me you have regular skin type and that you were really loving the counter match. Do you want to start building a cart so we can see what the price is on sale? Well, yeah, I want to see what this looks like on sale. So, okay, what's your first name again? How do you spell your last name? Let me get your email in there. Always get their phone number. I made the biggest mistake a couple months ago, and I was like, I don't need their phone numbers. I'm just going to put their emails in. No. Get their freaking phone number. Because I also text all my customers. That's how I communicate. So get their information in. People are used to this. If you are going to the grocery store, what do? You stand in line at the grocery store. When you're going to shop at Zara, what do you do at Zara? You wait for 45 minutes to get through that line. It is okay for you to stand there and take a few minutes to write their information in. Do not let that stress you out. It's super normal for the person that is processing an order to take a minute to accurately and then say, hey, Nikki, does that look accurate? Did I get your email right? Does your phone number look good? Okay, awesome. Create. And then I say, all right, what are you loving? Okay, you want this, this, and this. So then I go to the page of shopping and I search in, one of my tricks is instead of writing all of counter match, I just write match, MATCH, and all of counter match shows up. And I say, all right, so you loved the cleanser. Yes, add to cart. You liked the eye cream. Perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh, how cool what the sale price is. That eye cream is all the way down to $30. Normally it's 43. What a great deal right now. And so I'm adding them into the cart and showing her right then and there. And she's able to see that Going Places makeup set that she saw in the order form was normally $42 is actually on sale for her right now at $29. So that is the process of controlling the sale and confidently leaning into, owning it, and you're in control. So at that point, I focus on making sure that they have everything that they need, adding on the Bright Side Duo, and then always asking for gifts. And that's where with holiday right now, I sold so many gifts. Yes, I always start with skincare, and that is how you build incredible long-term customers. But the deal that we have right now to sell these holiday sets is so insane and so incredible to get people stocked up for shopping. So I always say okay, we found what you love, but Nikki, I know you have a cousin or that girlfriend you were out with the other night. Do you want to find her something? Here's what I personally really love. And this is what I got my sisters. Start telling what your story is. And that is how you sell to people is yeah, this is what I got my sisters last year and they fell in love with it. So doing that is adding on, and that's truly selling. If you sit there and just take, okay, I saw, when I showed up when I was on Instagram last week, I saw that someone was using this foaming cleanser. I want to buy that. You're taking an order. That is not selling. If you say, great, let's get you the foaming cleanser, but do you want to know what's going to change your skin is if you use that with the toner and the serum? That is how you're going to see transformation. Because I do notice that you have some unevenness. If you're wanting to address that, using the toner and the serum together is what's going to get you the results to heal your skin. That's selling. So don't shy away from selling to people. That is what they need. And people, what I'll tell you guys is everyone wants to be told what's best. Like, they are there because you're the professional. You're the one that knows about Beautycounter. So speak confidently. Again, the confidence to tell them what they need is how you will build a customer whose skin will change and they'll be back shopping from you in 3 months. And then ring the sale. That's it. Start ringing the sale and just say to them, okay, how does this look? Like, does this look good to you? Do you want to add anything else to your cart? Are you sure you don't want to grab your husband that eye cream? I know that sounds crazy, but my husband loves our eye cream. Like, think of other people in their lives that you know they have. Plant those seeds of other things that you could sell them and then check out. Like, that is where right now, I don't let people leave until they've shopped. Like, I just don't, because someone will say like, okay, yeah, this looks really cool. I'm going to go home and look at it tonight. And I'll say, well, I just want you to know, like, with the sale going on and the free shipping, you need to shop tonight. Like, I want you to get the best deal tonight. The other thing to close the sale is to think about throwing in a little incentive. So like, I brought a gift the other night and I said, anyone that shops tonight, someone's going home with this. That closes your sales right then and there. Hey, do you want to go into the drawing for this gift? Like, this is what I'm giving away. Just a reminder, someone's taking this home tonight. That will absolutely get you. And then celebrate. Like, once the order goes through, just be like, oh my gosh, incredible. You're going to be in the drawing for this. I'm going to do it in like 20 minutes. So stick around. And that's it. That is what you do. That's my personal experience. That is how I have always done it. And it's just a spiel that you figure out, you get your rhythm down, and you will do the same thing every time. I do always end the conversation. And this is where I kind of will do like a group thing. Like, okay, everyone's out shopping. You've talked to them. I'll do like a little click, ching, ching, ching. Like, oh, hey, you guys, I forgot to let everyone know about Band of Beauty, our Band of Beauty. And then I'll do kind of a public announcement at the end of like, hey, you need to make sure you add Band of Beauty. Becoming a member is such an incredible way. It's just our perks program. And just really emphasizing, like, people love hearing, we don't do auto ship. We are not like other brands that you sign up and you're going to get this skincare regimen every, 3 months, and then you have to cancel it. We don't do anything like that. So always confidently saying those things of why Beautycounter is different builds credibility with you. And so making sure people understand the membership program. And then I personally always end an in-person event of talking about the business opportunity. That's how I had my girlfriend join. She ordered a counter match. And she was just like, I guess I'll just enroll. Why not? It's like, yeah, why not? Because there is nothing like, as we all know, now that you guys are part of this business, like if you don't sell, you don't sell. That's all that happens. You get, you downgrade into a member 6 months later. So never shy away from just saying, I want you guys to know, like, this business is an incredible opportunity. We have no minimums, no monthly minimums, no monthly purchase expectations, and you can enroll for $50 and have a discount and share this with your girlfriends. Like, just consider it. I always share my story of how it's changed my, I was working the corporate grind to now working for myself and having an incredible team of women that I do this with. But plant that seed. Do not miss that. Do not miss that opportunity to plant the seed in person and share a touch of your story as to why the business opportunity is incredible. So I am going to stop recording and then we can just answer any questions, but this was so fun.